Who knows what will happen there, but either way, ladies and lads, let's go over to the stage for our team entrances for our final match of the day. It's going to be USA versus France.
Nations Cup Day 1 is about to come to a close. We've had some crazy matches so far. I'm glad you guys are still hanging with us because this is still, once again, this is for winner's side. These guys want the best record if they want to go to the winner's side of this bracket coming out of here.
هذا صحيح. قرب ينتهي اليوم الأول اللي معنا. منافسات كانت جدا ممتعة، لكن بقينا المباراة الأخيرة في المجموعة. كلهم أدوا أداء أسطوري إلى أن وصلوا لهذه المرحلة، فخلونا بعد شوي راح نبدأ ونرحب معنا الفرق ونبدأ لكم المباراة الأخيرة.
I appreciate you guys hanging out with us so far, but we have another day. We got one more match, and the teams coming out. These guys definitely want to get the victory, and I'm definitely fans of them both, but one of them a lot closer to my heart, I gotta be real.
ما حد يقدر يلومك، لكن من جد صحيح باقي لنا مباراة الأخيرة اللي شفناها أو عفوا لا صح اللي شفناها منهم مباريات الماضية اللي كانت في الفريقين كلهم حققوا الانتصارات، وفعلا هم الحين محددين واحد فيهم بس اللي ممكن يكون الأول في المجموعة، واحد فيهم بس اللي راح يفوز في هذه المباراة.
With that, let's bring out the first team. Guys, make some noise for Team USA! Looks like that team strategy's been working out so far. These guys have a great record heading into this next game. But I'm gonna tell you right now, their opponents are not easy in the slightest.
المنتخب الامريكي لعب مباراة اليوم وقدر يحقق النصر، كانت ضد منتخب بيرو. هذه ثاني مباراة على الستيج، لكن برضو خصمه ما هو خصم سهل، خصم برضو حقق انتصار في مباراة كانت ثانية في البث الثاني معنا حتى. لكن الحين راح نبدأ ونرحب معنا في المنتخب الثاني. أعزائنا المشاهدين، أعزائنا الحضور، أعطونا تحية لمنتخب فرنسا.
You can see up there right now, Super Kuma flexing up there, letting them know he's ready. And once again, this is a well-composed team, a well-comprised team on top of that, made it some of the best and the brightest coming out of France.
منتخب فرنسا حقق نصر في مباراة، وبرضه منتخب أمريكا حقق نصر في مباراة. هذا الفريق برضه جدا قوي، راح نشوف منه أداء عالي في المنافسة الحالية. أعزائي المشاهدين، خليكم مستعدين لمباراة غير طبيعية، وهي المباراة الأخيرة. كيف تقدر تختتمها أفضل من هذه المنتخبات اللي حققوا الانتصارات الكبيرة؟
Guys, take a seat, get ready for your next match. This is the last battle of the day, and I want to get to the matches. So I'm going to send it straight to the casters.
والحين أعزائنا المشاهدين مباراتنا جاهزة، فخلونا نبدأها ونستمتع فيها، فخلونا ننتقل على طول مع المعلقين.
Are back with Gamers8 Nations Cup. I am here, Ayano, joined by Majin Obama.
That's right, and you know what time it is, bro. I know y'all been watching, waiting for this one. Last match of the night, but it's probably for Group A, Peru, USA, France, and Jordan. This is probably the most important set of this group, and very likely, you know, not trying to write anybody off, but this is likely, I think, going to determine who gets out on winner's side, who gets out on loser's side. It could come down to that.
I think it definitely, that is the big takeaway from this. They're vying for like that first spot, and that can make a big difference in upcoming matchups as well. You score good here, then you're pretty much set until top 8, allegedly.
Yeah, this is, and I agree with our analysts too. Like, this is probably going to be a tough personal one, I think, for the USA team. But here we go. Coin toss going to Super Akuma? I don't know.
We're all just having a good time here. I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
But yeah, I like what they were talking about in terms of X factors too. You know, Joe Crush obviously winning that first game. I would even say that first game in that first set earlier today against Peru. That looked like a huge load off his shoulders. He won the first game and got out of his chair celebrating.
Yeah.
Like not even close to winning the set yet. You know, only halfway through. But I felt like that did so much for his confidence and just being, you know, for a player who hasn't been on a stage overseas like this, you know, in this kind of setting, that confidence can be a big deal, and he's going to need that going into this.
Oh, definitely.
Because with the way that this team format is set up, man, it's tough. Like, really only one player from... I have to assume they're going to put Super Akuma at the boss fight.
That would be the wisest decision, honestly. But honestly, though, like, I can see them maybe going for Jord as well if they want to go for the surprise factor. Because here's the thing about Super Akuma. He has the most experience. He is like one of the most seasoned EU players in general. He has fought against these specific players often, and he's had a good track record against them. But, you know, that comes with familiarity, and with familiarity comes, like, less unexpectedness, and you're like, maybe we can make some sort of victory strategy or something like that.
You know, another point, too, is, I guess, Goonie's role in all this, too.
Yeah.
It's, you know, for a long time, they've been talking about this guy as, like, he's one of the best, most, like, pretty consistent player out of France, obviously. They talk about his history of competing and doing really well against players from NA. But this in particular, like this group of players, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be harder to perform in that same way against these three Jack players in particular.
Team Jack.
But he has that history behind him. I'm curious to see how it plays out. This for the selector match, I feel like this is going to be pretty important.
And then they're sending up Team France send up Jord, and Team USA send out Anakin. Honestly, pretty good picks, honestly.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that they're looking to... They got to be looking to run Jod against Anakin or Joe Crush just because of what Spag mentioned, you know, when Joe Crush... When Jod and Joey Fury ended up playing at TWT, I mean, Jod... It really looked like he was struggling to try to create openings against Joey Fury. Joey Fury pretty much played lights out, had all the stop signs in place in neutral. It made in a lot of situations Jod's approach really, really predictable and able to... I mean, Joey just didn't let him get any momentum started, really. In fact, in a lot of those reversal situations, it was Joey the one who was clocking out with damage and pressure at the wall. It was Joey who was able to take advantage. And like I said, it was really lights out. So I have to imagine maybe France wants to play around that matchup. Maybe USA wants to try to force that, or maybe force Joey into Super Akuma instead. It's hard to say, but this is just the initial side switch match, so here we go.
Of course. You go into this, like, as the players, you obviously have all of that just playing in your brain. You want to come out with, like, the best case scenario, so I'm sure they must have considered every possibility when it comes to the player matchups, and then also past matchups that we've already...
Yeah, and this is going to be a tell as well, too, because I have to imagine this was a matchup that maybe France was thinking about trying to run, specifically Jod versus Anakin.
Round one.
All right, so we're going in. This is the selector match. It's going to decide the advantages coming in for both teams.
Yeah, and what's really going to stand out about Jod, too, is his mobility, his movement, the way he pilots this character. It's as good as you can get. It looks unreal because he's using some next level stuff.
Yeah, he's using like legacy stuff. This like legacy Nina movement you see here.
Oh my God, the halitosis.
Going with the evil mist, love to see it.
Forcing pressure on the sidewall here. You gotta imagine. Yeah, there we go. Stiletto heal.
Oh, that guarantees it. Yep. All right. Team France wins the first advantage. They're going to get to pick their sides. Now, let's see if Anakin can steal the last advantage or go straight to Team France.
Anakin trying to run some stop signs here. Runs right into Jod, running right into that big machine upper.
Oh, just short of the wall.
Still able to
People guaranteed,
at least get some positioning here. Shut up. Flips him.
All right. Down to the wire, honestly.
Oh, see him, man. Beat him with that high poke, threatening.
I imagine he's trying to fish for counter hits with that. Like the whole string's like guaranteed on counter hit. Good thing to throw out, and there we go.
Power shovel from Anakin. Willing to exchange with it there, but
nice.
Here you go, 1 round apiece.
All right.
The low's really working out for Jod here, but that, he went for 1 minute.
He caught on to it eventually. He's like, oh me, come on. All right. Back to the wall. Got to be careful how you go about this.
Yes, this classic Anakin pressure gets the low cross cut into the low strike. 2 rounds for Anakin. He's going to be able to get the advantage here.
And we got through that very quickly. Very well played by both players. But yeah, the advantages seem to be split up here. Team France has won the privilege, the honor of choosing their sides for the entry and the boss. But Team USA is forcing them to reveal who their first player is. So yeah, Team USA got the counter pick option, basically. And we were discussing this earlier as well, that they must be thinking about counter picks like a lot. They must be thinking about like who do they want to send up against Jod or against Goonie or against Super
Yeah,
Akuma.
specifically playing around player, especially at this level too, right? You know, character familiarity at this level, you're not going to catch too many players that are uncomfortable with certain character matches.
Right.
It's really going to come into the player matchup here.
Of course.
And of course, you know, our analysts were talking about it earlier. In particular, some of these players like Super Akuma, they have a, you know, especially in recent match history, they have an advantage over some of the players on the other side. So I think it's around, you want to put your best foot forward in that boss fight. I have to imagine there's, you know, especially with them sending Goonie up first, you have to imagine that Super Akuma is boss here.
Ooh,
so I'm thinking
decision.
like, man, they gotta be putting Joey in boss slot. I have to imagine.
We'll have to see. We're like, Super Akuma and boss, that's a safe decision, honestly. Like, cannot fault them for that. But Team USA has a lot of decisions to make now. They're sending Goonie up first, and the order they decide.
And wow, it's Joey stepping up, so okay, here we go.
Alright, and that means maybe Anakin's gonna be boss then?
I would think so.
But then, considering how well Joe Crush performed earlier, maybe he could also potentially be the boss too.
Well, I mean, that's the benefit of this team is with the way that it is like Joey. At any point in time, Joey could step up and be in that fill that slot role, and it makes sense and it's fine. At any time, Anakin can do it as well. So Joe is kind of the X Factor slot here. So
it is a very well balanced team in the USA. They seem to have a very good rapport among each other as well, that they can decide in this very short time that they are allotted that like, okay, these are our positions. We're just gonna have to go around with it, yeah. So our first match is gonna be Joey versus Goonie. Oh, the tension. It's palpable. I wonder what discussions have been happening over here.
I'm curious where Joey's going to go with the character selection. Is he going to optimally? He's been playing more Jack recently, but does that mean he's going to opt for the mirror, or is he going to go Marduk?
Interesting decision, because I do know that once upon a time Joey Fury also used to play Paul.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. I was like, he could run Paul, but I don't know. I'm curious to see.
Paul would not be a bad decision at all, to be honest, because he used to run like Paul and Jack back in the Echo Fox days when like Jack was
early
one of the top
2017.
tier characters.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad decision, and like Paul is still like a very solid character. Like he's been nerfed since then, but you could still make magic happen with that character.
Yeah, quotations, nerf, yeah.
Allegedly
He
nerfed.
he still gets the job done. Like,
Legit, just gets the job done.
nerf, but you get put into a 50-50 and then like,
Of course, of course. So yeah, Joey has to think of all of that. I do think that would be a very good surprise factor, because most people have been focusing on his Jack, on his Marduk. Maybe most people have forgotten that he used to play
That's a
Paul.
good point. It's on the table,
And a solid, well-rounded character as well. Not a lot of weaknesses for Paul either.
And you have to, they talked about it earlier, and it's the same thing for all these teams too. You have to imagine that they've come up with all these scenarios and they've run the simulations in their head over the past few days. So, maybe they come up with, they pull a head out the bag. We'll see.
Of course, there is a lot on the line, so deliberation is everything, on top of execution. All right, I think we'll be going into it soon enough. We're going to see who exactly these players have on their mind, on who is going to represent them in this match.
Yeah, this is, like I said, and this is probably the most important match of the day, I think, for Group A, for sure.
It probably sets the momentum for the rest of the set, yeah.
And maybe even for the rest of the week. I mean, like, this is, like I said, this is a pretty heavy one, and is likely going to dictate who gets out of this group in winner's side. And looking at some of these other groups and the way they're shaking down, it's big, man. Having USA or having France in the top side of that bracket is gonna shape up, I think, the way the rest of the week happens.
Definitely. The other teams in this set are, the other teams in this team set are probably gonna have to like look in the group. I mean, because whoever wins here is someone that they have to face. Definitely, they're fighting against to win the second spot or the third spot or whatever.
Yeah, USA still has to go up against Jordan. I believe Peru still has to play their sets as well. Against France.
I definitely like the result of this can decide, are you going to be competing for a spot with this person, or are you just going to be trying to sabotage this team as much as possible moving forward? We'll have to see. Right. The tension is definitely palpable. Every time like they show the players' faces, they're like proper focused. Like, it's like you compare this like Team Korea earlier, we're just having like a good old time with each other. It's like, man, everyone's like proper serious here. Like, it's do or die.
Yeah, I think for Team USA too, it's about them maintaining competitive focus. You know, like it's especially for these guys, they're all really experienced. You know, but the thing is, when you're on a stage when there's a bunch of LED lights flashing, there's this weird like augmented reality stuff going on. You know,
there's like
tasty Steve's popping out of like
around.
digital cubes and stuff like that. We're in the Matrix. It's really easy to get distracted with all the lights and the bull. You know,
Oh, definitely.
but for them, you know, especially these guys, they made a team. They believe in it. They're confident. They're like,
Of course.
it's like I said earlier. They said the other night they feel like they're playing for the top spot, and it's about them putting their money where their mouth is, and they have that competitive focus and drive to do it. You know.
A lot to prove. A lot to prove. And that's just like beside the whole NA versus EU drama that, you know, I'm sure the analysts will feed into that well enough without me adding to it. But yeah, yeesh, it's good to be focused, definitely. There'll be plenty of time for pop-pops and having fun later on. I see maybe they're still discussing strategy while all of this is
Thinking now
happening.
too that you have to imagine Joe Crush is sitting there thinking he's probably gonna have to go up against Jihad at some point. Thinking.
That seems likely, yeah. It seems like the reasonable matchup, I think.
Here we go. FaZe Joey Fury going up against Goonie.
All right, so far it looks like Goonie's already decided on Jack. It's Joey, really. Joey's character is the wild card here. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
Greg.
Hovered over Kazuya for a second. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had a Kazuya. I was like, nope, I don't. You are correct. Back to Marduk.
While you know we heard what Rip and those guys were talking about is like, while Jod is the X factor for France, my question is, what is Goonie's role in all this? You know, is he going to be the one who puts the onus on Super Akuma to bring it home, or and he's going to play a big spoiler here? You know, I would think Joey was one that NA would want to lean on, but we'll see.
Let's see. Maybe they're feeling like confident enough with Joey. It's like, oh, if we have like a strong start with Joey Fury, then maybe we'll have to worry less as the sets go on. All right. It's two big bodies over here on the party stage as well. Both of them get like really good damage here.
Sure, right off the bat, Joey Fury representing the up 4-3. Oh my God. The down 4-1 launcher, huge range on that.
Very strong start here for
Oh
Joey
my God.
Fury.
Hercules throw.
Oh,
Oh, back 1+2. Oh my God.
no! Oh, you just going in, fam?
Just like, yeah, 2 touches and then you get grabbed. Wow, mid wake up from Marduk. Very clean round from Joey. Very aggressive start here.
Very quick round, too. It's just like it started and he's dead. He'd happen.
And he never really gave Goonie the opportunity to set up the minefield. You know, he never let Goonie lay the land out with jackhammers or uppercuts. He just got in there.
And he's taking these floor breaks like it's
Mid
free
wake up
candy.
again. A 4-3.
All right,
Stopped him
beautiful.
out.
Oh my gosh, domination right now.
Joey picking up right where he left off earlier in the day.
Round start up over 3 again.
Yeah, Goonie's got to find a way to slow this match down, put out some more of those jack stop signs in neutral. Be able to slow it down, give himself an opportunity to be able to create his own, and create some space and play at his own pace like this. Because right now, Joey's just running all over him.
Just like that, Joey just took all of the floor breaks. Now
Flash
it's
just short
do
of
or
another
die.
piece flat.
All right, Goonie in a very difficult position right now. He's gonna have to clutch this out somehow. Now with the jackhammer.
And at this point, Joey's shown wake up after shoulder like that. He's gone mid twice. Gotta
All right.
imagine that's in Goonie's head.
Signs of life. It's not over yet. Never
Joey
mind.
very patient there, just willing to just guard, not even trying to step. Well-placed jab to close it out. Easy game win there.
That was destruction. Proper destruction. On the stage of destruction. All around. If I was Goonie, I would certainly feel like very rattled by what happened just now. Like he didn't really get a chance to implement like Jack's gameplay at all, because as you mentioned earlier, like Jack kind of excels at like slowing the pace down and controlling it himself. But Joey's Marduk was just all over him. He's like, no thanks, this is my match. Just like that.
Yeah, I mean, from the first thing he did was a 4-3. He's just like, no, I'm going in. I'm going in, and I'm going in on my terms. And he never really stopped. He just kind of got in his drill and just
like that.
He never got an opportunity to create space and then start to slow down the match. He has to find a way to be able to like create some space and slow down the match and try to you know, at least stop Joey's advances like that, build a life lead, and then try to play keep out. But that was a very fast game.
It certainly was. It like disappeared in the blink of an eye, much like your health bar whenever Marduk does anything, really. Just gone forever. But you know, Goonie has to find a way to like wrest the momentum back, especially considering his character's strength lies in controlling the momentum, like slowly and methodically. Whereas with Marduk, it's just like you control it, but you're explosive.
Yeah, you gotta take it one round at a time, I guess, but let's see what happens.
Must be thinking on it now. I'm sure like he must be discussing it with his team as well. It's kind of hard to tell with the angle right now, but yeah. Definitely something that needs ruminating over. You do not want the next match to also be a blowout.
You know, that's the other thing, too. Both of these characters, you didn't see... I mean, aside from the Hercules toss that one time, like, you didn't really see throw game represented at all. Joey was just inside him from moment one.
That's a good point, actually, because like, both of these characters have very strong grab games. And
yeah,
on Forgotten Realm as well, you
also,
get like,
you know, like
free combos.
They benefit from dedicated breaks and then like reward from those too, especially on that stage.
It's very interesting, like throws foregone. Now we're just gonna take this straight, like launches, floor breaks with our moves and all of that. I see. I believe we're just waiting on Goonie to head back into the match. Right. Yeah, there's definitely something going on behind those glasses, I'm certain. The inner machinations of his mind. They're an enigma.
Hey, as an outsider, where do you stand with all this? When Spag is going off on Twitter about USA versus EU, like what are you guys thinking when you read that stuff?
All right, honestly, I'm gonna be like totally honest.
Yeah.
I am so biased towards EU, but because I hang out with them the most. In terms of like time zones and like in terms of netcode and all of that, I am closest to EU. Like most of the people that I'm friends with as well in EU, most of the people I fight EU, most of the streams I hang out in are EU, so I'm just like automatically biased towards EU. Even though there are like so many NA players that I have like massive respect and love for, you know? It's just like EU is like you gotta pick your mates.
That's fair.
You gotta pick your friends at the end of the day. So I'm sure you must be leaning towards NA, right?
I like it when they yell at each other. I like it when they yell at each other, but yeah, I mean, of course I'm rooting for USA. You know, I want to see them do really well because I think maybe they might have been a little bit overlooked. I think people might have kind of disrespected the team comp a little bit, and it's playing out in a way to where, like, you know, maybe you should have paid a little bit more respect. And that sounds odd because we're talking about Joey, Fury, and Anakin.
Exactly.
But we'll see how this goes. You know?
It is quite odd, but I think that also it's weird that like people wouldn't put respect on like Joey, Fury, and Anakin, and even Joe Crash. He is not a new blood or anything. He has been around and proven his skills time and time again. But I think it's also just a testament to the fact that like how much the skill gap is like decreasing between all of these different regions. So that when you see like the player list for like all of these different countries, it is genuinely hard to tell for like some people that like who could take it potentially in different matchups.
This matchup in particular, this is a high level match, but it's competitive at least.
For
so
sure.
We'll see.
Like as much as I am team EU, like I would like France to win, but I genuinely don't know who's gonna take it. Like this could go either way in my book.
I'd be worried if I'm Team USA here too. I don't want to ice Joey. You know, he's a pretty calm, cool, collected guy, but like this, I'm not sure what the holdup was. Oh, well,
right.
maybe that's why.
Technical
Controller issues, I guess. All right.
All right. Fair enough. All right, now we got it sorted out just in time. Clutch.
Oh, Goonie, I think probably
oh.
having controller issues.
Oh dear. All right, never mind. Spoke too soon. But I do notice that they stick with the characters, but they decide to go to Mishima Dojo, which is probably like the least party stage of all stages.
This is always a toss-up too, because it's like you're up a game, even though Goonie is the one probably like stressing out right now because you know he's obviously having controller issues.
Yeah.
I'm always worried like for especially someone like Joey who. Oh, they're
we're
going
just
into
going
okay,
straight
cool.
into
Come on.
All right, I'll be here ready to like hear you finish that thought later on. But for now, we got Real Tekken on the line.
It's harder to maintain focus for extended periods of time like that, even if you're used to playing, for high stakes and getting in the grand finals,
Oh, definitely.
resets and stuff like that. When you just have long periods of time where you have to maintain that zeroed in attitude and competitive focus, and there's nothing happening, I want like sometimes it's draining, it's stamina draining.
Definitely. There is like a lot of strategy actually sometimes. That's why you'll notice like a lot of tournaments, people will go to character select just to pick the same character. Not because they were thinking of switch, just because they want the downtime. They want the downtime to just like think things over and like give a little break between momentum.
Yeah, that's a trade, and you can tell Gooni's really disappointed right now. Joey Fury with all the momentum. Putting elbow crush, okay, uppercut, nothing after.
Bro, that was a huge opportunity.
Yeah, you saw everything you need to see in the bottom right corner of your screen. Goonie got the launch with uppercut. Nothing after. Looks behind him and the rest of his teammates, I guess, in a pop.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, Joey is just like not giving him an inch. He's just taking his mile wherever he can.
Stop sign, and then, yeah, nothing after. He's not even trying to press.
Oh, dear. I think definitely there are some issues at play here. But Joey took it comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, if you're USA, you'll take that. If you'll take the 2-0. Goonie was a big question mark for me in this matchup, not because of his ability, but just because of who he's going up against and the dynamic there, right?
Of course.
But that's a 2-0 in Joey's favor. And now,
Joey's expression really just said it all. You're like, okay.
but now it's about how the rest of this matchup shakes down, because the thing is, even if Joe Crush wins against Jod, you still have to worry about Anakin versus
Of course, yeah.
long set. And it's just like, man, with the way that this format is, even if both of his teammates lose, Super Akuma could just step up and just play like a monster 2 sets in a row. And
he could force that tiebreaker to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely like every single match definitely counts. You can't afford to take it easy, like no matter what.
That's the thing is the thing for USA is somebody's gonna have to go over Super Akuma. That's the thing. Someone is gonna have.
Oh, is Anakin going up?
Anakin is going up against Jod here.
That means Joe Crush is gonna be the boss.
Well, I'll tell you what, they were saying on the desk, he's the X factor of this team, right? He's gonna have to prove it again. He's gonna have to show what that really means.
Bro, I think like honestly, I don't fault them for such a decision. Like the way he played earlier today, like he's got the confidence boost.
I wonder if the strategy, they want Anakin. Are they betting that Anakin beats Jod, and then Joe Crush? They don't know what'll happen, right? They're just like, whatever, man. You just go try your best.
Yeah.
And then if he loses, send Joey up against Super Akuma in 1 set. That's what I'm guessing is the play here. I'm not sure.
That's like very smart speculation. They could be like trying to force that tiebreaker to happen then. But then that all depends on if Anakin can win against Jod.
Yeah, I mean that's no guarantee, obviously. But Anakin is probably confident in this matchup, I would have to imagine. But Jod, dude, this dude's built different, man. I've seen the apparatus he plays on. You watch him move. He got the highest sheet step. Like he looks crazy when he moves around with this character in this game.
Jod, Nina, for real, just built different. Jod in general just built different, honestly. His fingers must be moving at like super fast speed, trying to do Hayashida and all of that.
And I mean, we could say it, right? But I think between Rafe and Jod, they were probably out of the TWT final. They were probably the 2 players that put up performances that I think most people internationally weren't really paying attention to, but when they saw them at TWT, but they had to been some of the most impressive performances there out of the cut of players that weren't the favorites to win,
Honestly, Jod's like TWT LCQ run, like it rivals like a lot of other legendary LCQ runs. Like when I think of Girlanda or when I think of Bilal, like those all were just like also quite legendary. It was like up there.
Agreed.
It's definitely like, I love those players like that come out of the woodwork, just get everybody rallying behind them. Especially as Jod is representing a character that is kind of underutilized overall in the community, who's
that
Nina.
That brings up Anakin Jack going up against Jod. And what I'm trying to see is, well, he's showing you right there, how is Jod going to navigate the mid-range that Anakin is going to present?
That was a very interesting start from Anakin. He's feeling himself.
Just runs into the upper. Sidewall going to resplat here.
Nice. He's going to skip the wall this way. Oh! slapped him to put an end to that. Be like, no thank you, sir. No counting allowed here. All right, and just like that, Anakin's back at the wall instead.
Kind of just
like
trying
that.
to shave off some health with these low pokes. Runs into another jackhammer. Jod in close range finds a launch.
Oh no, the sidewall! It saved his life.
And runs into an upper. Oh no.
Oh god, that would mess with me. That would mess with me. I'd be like, that round was mine.
But the thing is, if you're Jod, you can't let that mess with you. That's the thing. You gotta just like let that one go. You know, you earned that round, sure, but it didn't work out. Focus on this one.
All right, Jod was going in, definitely.
That was an eternity ago. Don't worry about it.
Yep, looks like he's taking your advice, Martin. He's just going straight in.
Flat. Oh my god.
Nice, going with the betrayer chain throws. Oh, and Anakin didn't break.
I have never seen a machine get bent like that.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
And what can I say? Jack doesn't have the double locking joint spam. They only bend one way. That was insane. It's so rare, like it's so rare seeing like Nina chain throws, and it's so rare like seeing them hit. Because most of the time, at least you see them
especially
broken.
at high level. But with Nina, you have to represent it. Like her throw game is suddenly like another strong suit of her.
It is very good, very underrated. She's got like a throw for every break. All right, nice. Oh
Cross
no!
cut. Oh, just out of range of punish.
All right, no, but the defense is still solid. Nice.
Wow, rage drive.
Wow, Jod did not let that phase him at all. He was ready. He was ready for the debug. He was ready for all of that. Did not let the whiff while standing to phase him at all.
Big set here, and just remember, Jod let that first round get away from him. But he's battle back, got here. Nice, good break from Anakin.
Yep, nice.
Runs into an upper. Now Jod with the advantage at the wall.
Oh, he was trying to go for some big body combo there. All right, nice.
Yeah, and you saw Jod relying on a lot of Nina's homing attacks, right? She has back two, she has down back two. At the wall like that to be able to try to set up for good Oki like that, being able to try to catch techs, catch kicks.
Nina's homing moves especially are like really good at the wall because her homing moves like down back two, down forward 1+2, they're safe and then they both wall splat consistently.
Yeah, and they reach pretty far in the mid range.
She's got like very good homing moves, very difficult to step Nina.
This character, man, when she gets on top of you, especially if she's able to get, go into sidestep one or something like that, it like she can be very intimidating in close range. It's for Anakin. Again, you saw where he was most successful when he was able to push her out into maybe like 2 or 3 character lengths away, be able to set up a little bit for jackhammer versus the uppercut mid range like that. But Jod with the movement was able to just get in there.
That's the way to do it.
He stole around with the chain grab, Yep,
that's the way to do it. These characters have their ranges, and you have to play within the optimal ranges. That's how you gotta make do with your advantages and whatnot. Because Nina's a sticky character. She's gonna like get up in your face, and that's what she wants to be. But the sidestep 1 cancels with like all of the different moves, the down forward 1 into sidestep, into QCF, into betrayer, all of that. She wants to be in your face. So it's smart of Jod to recognize that like that's my ideal range. I gotta stick to that range, even though it can be a bit intimidating. That's a scary place to be, like in the face of your opponent. But I guess versus Jack, it's not as scary. You don't think?
Big game right here. This is man.
Yeah.
This is probably the big. I want to say this is like the highest stakes for the game that they're gonna play today. This one right here.
Yeah, because think of it this way, like. The way this match goes, it's either gonna introduce a potential for tiebreaker or just have the next match be the final one, no matter what. So yeah, depending on how this goes, it is very important. All right, we're going straight in. Let's see, I doubt we can expect any character changes from either of them, so most probably we'll have to look at the stage, see what strategies are being
Paradise, okay, so you get a balcony break, and then stage gets a little bit bigger down bottom.
Very bigger. Like I think it's hard even for like the wall carry characters to get to the wall if you're starting from the middle even. Wall to wall, definitely impossible. A good could be a good stage potentially for both of them. It's like Nina doesn't really need all that space. She just needs to be in your face. It don't matter how much space she have really.
You see Anakin right away. Hit and run. I'm trying to get out of dodge, trying to keep out.
Very smart. You want to stay out of your opponent's optimal range, but stay in your optimal range.
Or 2.
Nice. No break on the tombstone.
Yep.
Ooh, get him strong.
Trying to chip away with these low pokes in conjunction with the jackhammer.
Right.
No uppers yet. Running, you see him putting that stop sign out there with the 4-2. Nice. Trying to control this mid-range, not let Jod get into position.
Ooh, but you got impatient. You got hit by the string. Oh, couldn't break the stage that way. Break the wall. Oh,
Again, just another rage drive that just seals the deal for Jod.
beautiful. Thankfully, sidewall didn't hurt him that time. Jod secures the first round, but Anakin's just going strong. He's not letting that phase him
The
one
hand, das
bit.
food. Seed, stop the yard. Oh my god. Volcano throw.
Beautiful. All right, what's Jod gonna do now?
This is where it gets dangerous though. Jod in range.
Perfect.
In
Nice.
range and in rage. That's where it's been really, that's where he's probably had the biggest payoff against Anakin so far.
Definitely. Like, it is just gonna be, I feel like this is gonna be dictated by who can maintain their optimal range the best at this
Oh,
point.
looking for a whip punish, just a little bit too slow.
Nice punish. All right, tricky situation for Anakin. Not
And now
optimal
trying to
punish.
represent more mid-range options. Last punch.
That's gonna convert for a full combo. But can he get to the wall? That's the hard part. Nope.
Butterfly, oh my god. Yeesh. Diving cross chop.
Can openers to
Can
take it.
openers to close out for Jod.
Wow.
This is set point, this is big.
Oh my goodness. Jod, pull out all the stops, homie. You got this. I mean, yeah, this is a very intense equal match right here. All right, nice guaranteed. Oh, he messed up the guaranteed follow-up.
Stiletto heal, Jod working the lows a little bit more this round.
Ooh, nice.
Anakin win return.
You know what is like a good thing about Jack against Nina? Like, you notice like his jabs and all of that managed to reach
Oh my
her.
god.
Nice. This shouldn't be dead. I don't think this will be dead.
Switch in music.
Yep.
Oh my god, slide right in a row. Jod 2-0 over Anakin.
Oh, he's feeling it. He's feeling it. He pointed at the name. You remember the name. It is Jod. Oh, Team France looking hella relieved right now. Super Kuma especially, he looks super relieved right now. That's a good sign though. That basically guarantees now that like Super Kuma, if he can just win this hour, if he can win this first team, then that's set. There's no chance for a tiebreaker now.
No, you could tell by his body language, Super Kuma is really confident going into the set.
Yep.
But Joe Crush, man, like I said, he played earlier, he had to have gotten some wind in his sails, right?
Yep.
If he's the X factor for this team, this was the X factor matchup they were betting on. Show us what you got.
Definitely, definitely. But it all comes down to this now. They just eliminated the possibility of there being a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
maybe.
this is likely Group A, whoever gets out winner side versus loser side, it rides on this set right here.
Yep. It's all down to this.
It's on Joe Crush's shoulders right now.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. Yeah,
No pressure.
Maybe a little pressure.
You're just facing like one of the... All right, with that being said, before we continue, we gotta stop by the analyst table real quick. So over to Spag and the analyst real quick.
All right. We've got a little bit of drama here right now with the USA versus France matchup.
Yeah, dude.
It's been a really, really good one so far, though. That first match, Joey Fury going up against Gunny. Not sure what happened there, man, but
Yeah.
Gunny just really wasn't able to get anything started. Joey took that quite comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was having issues with his controller, and it sucks when you're on such a critical stage on a moment like this when you need to get out of your group, but it is what it is, unfortunately, and Joey won that. But Anakin, it's really interesting USA's strategy
Crazy
for
strategy.
having going through this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it over here. We're thinking, okay, so if Anakin wins here, then they're up 2-0, and the boss position doesn't really matter because even if you lose, you have another chance after the tiebreaker.
Right.
But if Anakin loses, then now you can lose the entire set. And that's where they're at now because Jod has defeated Anakin, which means Joe Crush has to win now. And it's a 1-1 situation. So now Joe Crush has to go up against Super Kuma, which is a match we haven't really seen.
Yeah.
Right? We know that Anakin has gone back and forth Super Kuma, so is Joey, but Joe Crush is kind of like untested here.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm not sure if these guys have played in tournament before or how many times they've played in casuals either, but as you guys said, it was a risky strategy to put Anakin, the guy that you would usually think to go for the boss, in that second middle match position. But like we said before the match began, Super Akuma is the key to victory here for France, right? That he is the guy that has beaten Joey and Anakin quite convincingly. But as we say that, we see Joey here that went up against Gunny, and Gunny just not backdashing, not doing anything, even when he got launches, not able to get any
Simple combo,
combos.
like just down forward 1-1, he didn't get the second hit in time, which is like, you know there's some kind of issue.
Yeah, I don't know if the viewers at home are familiar with Goonie at all, but this is not the level of play you would have expected out of him.
Certainly not.
Yeah, for sure, man. So hopefully he can get those sorted. But we came into this match, and this was the one that I guess the USA really needed to happen, right? They needed the win here so that they could secure a good strategy going into the boss match.
I mean, USA, man, sometimes we like to go all in, and they were willing to potentially sacrifice the boss battle if this strategy worked, and it unfortunately did not. So now, Joe Crush, he has stepped up today against... He has against Sergey.
It was close, though.
Yeah.
That match is still close. The thing about this that's crazy to me, though, right, is that you take Anakin out of that boss position, which is a longer set. Everyone knows the longer set, the better player has a better chance of winning, right? But now he only had a first and two. He loses that one, and now he's gone. And now it's up to Joe Crush to win the long set against Super Kuma, who's proven in long sets, basically.
A lot of pressure on Joe Crush's shoulders right now to
Yes.
keep USA's dreams alive here for this set. But this is the opportunity, right? I mean, like they say, pressure makes diamonds, and this is an opportunity for Joe Crush to show that he is here to play, man. If he's able to take out Super Akuma when the other two players on his team weren't able to in the past, that would be a massive, massive statement. So this is a big opportunity for Joe Crush, and that's the way he should be thinking about this, I believe. I think don't think about this as, oh my god, and I now need to play Super Akuma, keep our team alive. Think of it as an opportunity, right? Think of an opportunity to like really make your country proud.
Let's not forget his pop-up earlier.
Oh yeah.
Right? All right. That's what it's going to be about right here. He wins this set, he can do it again. It's going to be amazing.
I think we're going to get more than that.
I mean,
though.
either Joe Crush loses and America unfortunately ends up looking a little foolish, or he wins and he turns into a damn legend.
I mean, and then they look the opposite of foolish, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, we were in control the whole time.
It's a team's format.
Yeah.
What do you guys actually think, though, of this matchup, then? What do you think of the opportunity?
Have these-
Maybe the Geese? Who knows? The Geese might come out here.
Have these two ever crossed paths? I don't remember.
Not that I know. I mean,
maybe at some dojo events.
Yeah.
yeah, the thing about Joe Crush is, although he is a newer player, he doesn't have like the top 8 results yet at a major offline event, right? So we haven't seen him with this level of pressure, but he is definitely one of those players who can compete at the highest level. He's always able to compete. He has the tournament mentality, and is always prepped and ready to go. So in this situation, I have no concerns about him. Like, I know he will step up to the plate.
I mean, this is someone that's been able to beat Chikarin and other top players around the world. I remember he beating Chikarin at EVO. A lot of people were surprised, but we were like, no, I mean, this is Joe Crush. This is someone that has been grinding in and out. And, anytime you talk to him, you just constantly talk about Tekken. Constantly talk about Tekken, constantly talking about like strategies and different things. Like, has the passion to want to go to other scenes as well and experience their Tekken. I mean, this is someone who is one of the most passionate players in the world, but he is going against Super Akuma, who seems to have Joey's number, seems to have Anakin's number. Does he have Joe Crush's number, though? I want you guys' prediction for this one. Who's going to take it?
I think that Joe Crush has beat Chikarin at EVO and CEO. So that's like a former TWT champion, right?
Yeah.
I think he can get this done.
Radok, what do you think, man?
All right, so he beat Chikarin.
Yeah.
Chikarin beat Ulsan at TWT with Akuma.
Okay.
He's got this up again. He's got this in the bag against Super Akuma.
Damn, that's some...
It's just math.
There's some
That's
kind
just
of
the math.
math
That's simple
property.
math.
Yeah, it's just simple math.
Damn, so simple
But I
math.
failed math in school, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I wonder what you think's going to happen at home, but this is going to be it. It comes down to this first to 3 right now. Whoever takes it will be taking the match. Here we go, ladies and lads. It is Super Akuma versus Joe Crush.
All right, thank you so much, Spag and the analyst. But yeah, they pulled it very succinctly, honestly. This is a deciding match. And it all rests on Joe Crush, allegedly. Like, all eyes are on him right now.
Yeah, I mean, like they put it best. Bold strategy. Bold strategy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
But the thing is, like, hey man, show us something, man.
It would be a legendary moment for him, definitely, because I am aware of Joe Crush, fine. Like, maybe many people aren't aware of him, but I know that he can play very well. He can rise to the occasion, definitely. So it would be quite legendary if he just secured this win for his team against, like, one of the demons of EU, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's the part that makes it hard is like longer set.
Oh yeah, it's a first to 3 this time instead of a first to 2. And that makes a huge difference.
Right off the bat, Super Akuma establishing control in the mid-range like this. 4-4-4.
Ooh.
Wild DP. Joe Crush ready with the uppercut.
Oh, but dropped the combo.
To a drop. Never mind. Finds another launch. Doesn't matter.
Found another combo in the corner. Don't worry
Push to the
about
wall.
it.
High splat.
Beautiful. Just like
Establishing
that.
wall pressure here. Nice, Joe Crush.
What a good option against the Power Crush as well. That low has multiple uses. Ooh, nice, good punish. He could have launched that potentially, actually. Oh well, Super Akuma's focus is elsewhere, I assume. Oh,
Bottom
nice.
left corner of your screen too. Finally, yeah, leverages a little bit of that meter that he gained in the first round.
Straight to the wall.
Just to be able to do this, man. Minus 50%.
Nice. One more hit to do it. Right, Joe Crush got to get out of here somehow.
Oh, low cross chop.
Nice, no break.
Another volcano blast.
This is dead. Potentially. Yeah, it's dead.
Joe Crush, early statement here.
Wow. This is what we were talking about. Oh, Super Kuma. He got his like face in his hand. He's like, oh god. You gotta break them throws, fam. I don't know what to say.
Trying to establish some lows here. Super Kuma
nice.
finds the sweet.
Nice.
Just jabbing down for one pressure.
Soups has been in this position before. He can totally make the
Jump
comeback.
ins.
Nice.
Again, the low cross cut.
Plant the seeds. Ooh, not breaking the throw
Ooh,
again.
triangle throw. Pyramid throw, rather. Trying to lay on him. Joe Cross.
Get the grounded hit. Ooh, no, it's too far away for a combo,
Yeah,
yeah.
at this point, you gotta imagine Joe is gonna be a little bit nervous about putting weapons out there. Talk to the hand, ooh.
Right, just like that. This is Joe Crush's match to lose, and
Oh,
just like that.
Crush, very impressive.
Wow, very strong start.
Yeah, that was a scary situation at the end of that last round, just because, you know, Kuma had one bar to back him up, and
Yep.
then he's in rage like that with your back to the wall. It's kind of scary, but he kept his composure. He put out the right weapons in mid-range to be able to
Definitely.
intercept.
And he went in as soon as the meter was off the table. He's like, all right, now
Yeah,
is the
that's true.
chance. You
That's true.
capitalize on that. Because it's just like an empty chamber at that point, you know? You got no bullets to be scared of. Just go in,
And
go
also,
in for
yes,
kill.
another thing too, we talked about it earlier. You didn't see it as much, but Joe Crush representing throws. He's representing, you know,
Yeah.
Jack's throws. He's leveraging that against Super Kuma, and
Yeah.
Super Kuma was not ready for them.
But didn't break a single one, I don't think. Oh, nice hitbox cam there, sponsored by Hitbox, maybe. All right, no, but Joe Crush, that was very solid performance, man. It's totally convincing. I know, like, Rip and Bloodhog were like, nah, he can take it. After that match, I think he can take it, actually. Seems doable.
I mean, he's got to be feeling confident after the way that first game went, but it's a long set. You can't count him. Obviously, Super Akuma, he's been in this situation, you know.
A million times.
Yeah. He experience on, especially like international stage, we talked about that, right? But Joe Crush, I mean, that was a hell of a first game. Hell of a statement.
And we're going straight back in. Don't you want to change the stage or nothing?
Same,
Like,
same
nah, I
stage
got
and
this.
everything, you know. Let's see what we got. Joe Crush not backing away. He's going in. Counter hit and balcony break here.
All right, nice.
Stomping on him. Oh my god. Stop sign Das Boot.
Bro, we're just going in. Oh,
Eats a sweep, eats another.
all right. Ooh.
It is a Kuma.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is a Kuma. You do have to respect that.
He's still alive, and he's gonna have meter
Ice
at the end of the
splat from
scoop.
Oh my god.
Ooh, the combo just
Super
goes on.
Akuma. Oh my god.
Goodness, the combo just goes on.
Super Akuma is a bad man. Oh my god.
Yeah. He was
That-
gone. He's like, yeah, good, nice, got that. A break from the momentum. All right. Ooh.
And now that confidence, man, that confidence that Joe Crush had at the beginning of the last round,
No, you gotta hold on to that, Chief. You gotta hold on to
it
that.
feels like Super Akuma iced him a little bit.
No. That's just one round, homie. Listen, you got this. Yeesh.
Joe Crush missed uppercut there, and then, man, Super Akuma made him pay. He's got half a bar bill going into this round.
Oh, it's like a tug and war. Oh,
Okay, raw uppercut to be able to catch the whiff there.
it's legit tug of war over here. He's got like a meter
High
ready though.
splat.
Gotta be careful on the wake up.
Looking for the
EXDP
wall
always an
pressure
option.
here. Good answer with the low parry. Parallel to the wall here.
Nice. The get up kick. Love to see it, fam. Joe Crush still alive. He ain't giving up this match for no reason whatsoever. He is fighting hard. Nice. It's good Super Kuma's taking it like nice and easy as well. He's got 2 bars of meter though. Yeesh.
Let's get dangerous. Oh my god.
Oh, nice float. Beautiful conversion.
Big float, slide on in. And this is what Joe Crush wants, this position.
Ooh. Oh no, yeah, you do
But
not
yeah,
drop
just
this
hold
combo.
up for it. Just hold up for it, Joe.
Do not drop this combo, Soups.
He's got the meter to back it up too. Here's the thing though, Joe Crush in rage.
Yeah, still got 1 bullet in the chamber. You gotta be careful about that.
Ooh, just
Ooh!
in range.
Nice! That's it.
Uppercut, Joe Crush.
Final round. Potentially set point for... No, wait. Sorry, for 3. I mean, you got this, Joe. You got the Soups.
A jab float.
All right, short of the wall. Just watch out for that meter.
Or one.
It's really tense.
The
really
movement
tight.
from Super Akuma, though, he rotates around, gets the wall
Beautiful.
advantage.
Beautiful wall splat with the
Full
forward
bar.
string. All right.
Dangerous situation,
Oh,
down 3.
no. Oh, sidewall. He was robbed
Plus
of the
range,
proper
low parry
wall
from
splat.
Joe Crush.
We going in, we going
Chance,
in.
you gotta play around this bar.
Oh,
That's
my
gonna do
goodness.
it. Super Akuma back in the mix, 1-1.
Oh,
That
well
was
played.
very close. That was, man, I'm thinking, that was so close to being 2-0. Oh my God.
That was a proper back and
Yeah,
forth, like
that's-
proper tug and war there. Like, well, for a second it looked like, oh, Super Akuma, he's got this now. And then Joe Crush woke up, he's like, no. Like, once again, it's like, oh my goodness. I legit thought, I almost said, like, set point for Joe Crush.
With the way this set has gone too, is like Rage has played a really big role
Yeah, definitely.
on both sides. Whether it's been from Super Akuma, like this round was crazy. Tatsu again, wall slide again.
Expert conversions, honestly. Like, goes to show he has been in this ballpark a million times. He knows what to do. Super Akuma knows what to do with the bullets in the chamber.
Yeah, it lets that run up down 3, has the meter to back it up. At that point, just clock out, take the round.
I like that. Honestly, Majid, I think that's how we looked in the last match as well.
Probably, yeah, dude. The end of that first round was crazy. I couldn't believe that.
Oh god, Soups, mega relatable Soups. I love you. But yeah, well, we've evened it out now. Actually, we're prolonging this set, prolonging the last match of the set. Actually, really. Honestly, the longer this goes on, the less certain I am who's gonna take this match. Honestly,
I mean, Joe Crush, I think, is surprising a lot of people right now. That was a very close game.
very close and very dominant. Whatever decisions both of them make, they make it with certainty and they make it optimally.
Forgotten Realm now.
Yeah, I think Jack definitely has the advantage in this stage overall. Like, a lot of his throws just turn into launchers, and Soups wasn't really breaking them earlier.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta assume he's probably gonna go. He might go back to leveraging the throw game a little bit, especially after how Super Akuma fared in that first game. He was getting Tombstone. He was getting Pyramid Drive.
It is worth a shot. I would go for it. Why not?
Fight.
All right. Right off the bat, we're just going in. Nice punish. Could have gone better, but hey. Ooh, yes, we do those around here.
First let that one earlier go last game. This one not so much.
Nice.
We're gonna just take the floor break, get my push, blast punch.
Oh, beautiful. All right, what's the okay? All right, that's not the correct punish.
Represent these low pokes in close range, close quarters like that. Gets a sweep.
All right, back to neutral, back to footsies.
Super Akuma trying to vary up his approach a little bit too. You see him willing to back off for fireballs a little bit just to see what Joe Crush how he wants to deal with it, you know? Something he wasn't doing earlier.
Yeah, I think because this is a party stage as well, yeah, I imagine it's in the back of Soups' mind that you don't want to run into a throw or something, right? Especially not while you're doing like a power crush charge or something, because then the throw's unbreakable.
That's another floor broken. Shotgun is just short of the wall.
Right. One floor break left, who's going to utilize it? Ooh. I'd break that.
Big
Oh
up
no!
here. Joe Crush.
He tried, he tried! He tried to break it!
Draw launch. Break.
Yeah, there we go. Smart play here.
No. Focus attack and then clock out. Super Akuma.
Very smart play there. If I was them, I wouldn't even care about doing optimal combo. Like, you rob the floor break, you are robbing combo
Down
opportunities.
B, I got my bar, I got the wall, high splat off the DP.
Oof.
Almost got another bar build. Just
50% gone
yeah,
already.
the Peter build too. There we go, Joe Crush with a chance though.
Yeah, Joe Crush still in it. He's still in it. Not dead
Getting off
at
the
all.
wall, trying to step a little bit to the left too, trying to get this position like that.
Smart decision.
Or two,
Ooh.
just out of range on the move, but he finds the low parry and the low get up kick.
That's so sad. Gotta extend the leg next time.
Joe
homie.
Crush is swinging. That brother wants an upper so bad.
Oh, this could be dead. This could be dead. But now I don't know anymore if it's gonna be dead. But... Oh. And the lightning FX too. Misuts. Yo.
And you saw the way that Super Akuma looked back at his teammates after that.
Yep.
Head nod, just affirmation. He's very confident right
Yep. That was good. Like, put the wind in his sails, as you would say. That was a good match. And, like, he won that convincingly. I think, like, what helped as well, we saw him be, like, a little more reserved with his offense now. We noticed him just, like, going back a bit, just sticking to, like, small pokes instead of just, like, going all into the meter usage as well. I
Yeah,
think
the analysts talked about it too, right? They felt like Super Kuma in the longer set probably in his favor, and you can see it now. It's like obviously the first two games, a bit of a scramble, bit of a barnyard busting, but this third game he's starting to wrangle control a little bit. I think the stage really benefited him ultimately as well.
definitely. That's. I guess I gotta eat my words there. I thought Joe Crush was gonna be in the favor on the stage, but nah. Super Kuma knows how to like rob those floor breaks as well. Very important to be able to like rob floor breaks from characters who can utilize them much better.
I really liked how Super Kuma approached too. He varied his approach a lot more in this game compared to the previous two games. You saw him willing, at least in the early rounds, willing to just kind of do some hit and run, back off, there's some fireballs. See how Joe Crush wants to react, and he caught Joe Crush. Obviously, Joe was able to get a lot of return off of uppers and just raw launchers in neutral, but he caught Joe a few times trying to swing a little bit too aggressively, and when he wasn't in range, obviously they're trying to snipe in an approach attempt, but ultimately Super Akuma was able to get control there, and I think he's still riding that momentum. It feels like going to jungle outpost 2 here.
That's very smart. If he can continue doing this, he's making adjustments over the set as he has done a million times over. That's the benefit of having experience of years and years and years playing this game. Now this is potentially like the final match of the night, potentially. If Super Kuma can cinch this out for France, then they are in a very good position for tomorrow.
Of course, they're jumping over each other.
Right, nice. Planted seeds.
Good challenge from Joe Crush.
Sweet. Right, nice. Yeah, getting out of there. Gotta get all your damage.
Jab pressure.
Punish that. Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Joe Crush, all right.
Round 2.
Beautiful. I love when you see that move, man. Like, it comes out so rarely when it does, you get hyped.
Ready to challenge. Ooh, Super Akuma's pressure in a lot of spots that round. Here we go. Super Akuma with the meter to back him up. Look at this reward. 50% wall pressure. Whip, no punish.
Disgusting damage. But I was gonna say you can see that in like the little downtime that there was between matches. That like they don't want to spend any time on like thinking or hesitation. They just want to go straight back into it. Ride out their individual momentum, hopefully to victory.
Hit the wall, and now Super Akuma finds that round.
Round 3.
Almost half a bar build here.
Oh my god. Could this be any more equal? Alright. Oh, you could have died for that.
Super Akuma's spacing has been really just excellent.
Very good. Like that, he's making the jackhammer whip to and whip punish it properly this time.
Down through with half a bar behind it. Look at what you get.
Beautiful awareness on like the wall as well. I'll be honest, I didn't know it was there. Alright, nice.
Mid kick whip. Finds a sweet demon throw.
Again, his throw game in too.
Oh, sniped out here.
Oh my god.
Crouch jab in the back, and
That
then
was a
into a
scramble.
sweep.
Round
Super Akuma set point to put France on top of Group A.
Oh my goodness. It's all or nothing right here. Super Kuma, time to pull out all the stops, Chief. You want this match. You want this round.
Joe Crush reading the low here, though. Trying to keep it close, give Team USA a chance.
Very nice. Joe Crush.
Power crushed all the way through.
Beautiful.
Joe Crush.
Oh my god, he's evening it out. He is not down for the count whatsoever.
Here's the thing, though. Bottom left corner of your screen.
Oh my god. Garble in the chamber.
That's a lot of blue.
Yeesh.
You might not get the chance to use it, though.
Oh no. If he does his Oki correctly. Gotta watch out for the EXDP though. Be careful how you apply your Oki form.
Wall pressure against the low. Ooh, drop.
That's 1 meter gone. This could be it.
Joe Crush blocking out Dave. Oh my god. Joe Crush evens it up.
Oh my goodness.
The wall pressure.
Oh my goodness. This is so equal. Joe Crush. Damn.
And look at Joey Fury hyping him up.
Well, he is like, he is the light in the darkness.
But this is team tournaments.
Yeah.
This is team tournaments. Your teammate is doing something that everybody had you written off on like that.
Joe Crush definitely giving a boot to all of the naysayers right now.
You see him performing like this. Like I don't think a lot of people had Joe Crush being able to perform like this.
Yeah.
In this slot, in the boss position like that.
He's playing out of his mind though. Eee, I felt that, Soups. I felt that. I love these player camps, fam. I hope this is like a thing more often.
This is team tournament dynamic, though. You see Joey now talking him through it. You know, you have some cooldown time like this, bro. You're playing well. You're playing well.
Yeah.
Instilling confidence in his teammate, and just he's really close to. Oh my God.
This is insanely close.
Dude, y'all got to be ready to. Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
I might like end up accidentally screaming on mic, fam. I'm sorry about this. This is so close. This is so intense. Can you pick like a better match to end the day
It's the
with?
fact that it comes down to the last game in this set between. Man, this is crazy.
And in the very last match of the first day, fam. This is insane. I'm enjoying myself. Ike, shout out to like Gamers Nation, fam. Gamers8 Nation. What a sick tournament. What a great match to end this on. Either way, I'm just gonna be like shook. I'm gonna have like my hand in my head be like, wow, I don't know what I'm just witnessing right now. Anyone's game, fam. Anyone's game. Yeah. I definitely feel the tension now. You can see them on their faces now. Soups, Joe, both of them just like wearing that tension raw.
Yeah, I mean, you have to believe that he feels some sense of pressure now, right?
Yeah, there's a lot on the line.
As long as he maintains that focus level, you know, the high focus level that he's shown so far.
This is so close, fam. This is so close. Like, both are equally focused, equally stressed, and then there is proper tug and war, like the dominance. They just keep exchanging it between each other for the matches. It could just come down to like a scramble moment for all I know, really. Tough decision.
Yeah, this one's rough.
What does it come down to? Super Kuma, he gets to pick the stage. He's not going to be changing his character anytime soon. So what stage would you go to try and clinch that win? An Infinite, maybe?
No way, right? Dragon's Nest, a more rounded stage.
I get that. Less wall shenanigans too over here.
This one's a doozy, man. This one's got this one. Man, this is a huge game here.
Ooh, I'm on the edge of my seat, almost quite. All right, this is gonna decide it. This is the match that's gonna decide the placements for France and USA tomorrow in their
Round
group.
1.
It's all or nothing.
Fight.
You saw Joe Crush start to pull it out a little bit more as well. Look from the views these two here that he's been playing around that. I mean, that's kind of like his trademark thing anyway, but like he started to pull it out a little bit. Well,
Yep, just like that. Just as you said it. On point with the tips today, Obama. I love it.
Finds the launch. Lay that shoulder into him. Lower your shoulder.
All right, no meter. You can go in. You can go in. Don't be afraid right now. Ooh.
Look out for him though. That Crush, you're so close.
Ooh.
Super Akuma.
Nice. Use the meter as soon as he got it, Chief.
Dumping it all. Stop.
One more hit could do it for either of them.
One Joe Crush commits to the guard, finds the low punch. Little
Round
machine
2.
knuckles.
He's not ready for that. All right, first round goes to Joe Crush. Getting him with that. Susan has to work really hard to build up that meter again. He used up the meter trying to get that combo to reach the wall. It didn't work out.
Cannot count. I cannot count enough. You cannot count out Joe Crush, you gotta be able to play
He can't punish that, I don't think.
complete game right here. Uppercut.
We reach the wall. Just short.
Johnson there. Nice dash block. He's looking for the letter DP block.
Nice.
Jackhammer.
Soups, you gotta find a way out of here.
Oh, lay on
Oh
him.
my god,
Lay on
anti-air! What is this anti-air?
Joe Crush set point.
Round 3.
Anti-air with the body press!
Super Akuma has the bar to his name. D-Bucker to start the round.
Oh
Full cross
no!
chop.
He's going in! Soups was the punish! Oh no!
Jackhammer, talk to the head.
Bro, he's just going in, he's going in! Is this match to lose? Gotta use the meter, you gotta use the
Super
meter.
Akuma with the red dress though.
Oh no.
Good duck, Joe Crush.
Oh no!
Jackhammer.
That's it.
Apologize.
Joe Crush!
Apologize. Joe Crush. Y'all better call that boy Joe Clutch, man. That was crazy.
New nickname, let's fucking go!
Yo, I'm gonna get y'all. I'm sorry. Apologize, bruh. Joe Clutch. Holy, I can't believe that happened that way.
Legendary.
Team USA with the W. Huge W over
Legendary.
France.
He clutched that so well. His team needed him, and when they needed him, he performed. He was ready. He did it for his
What
team right
a
there.
set. And I don't think anybody had that pen to go down the way it went down.
Oh,
I
God.
certainly didn't.
I
That was
didn't
crazy.
either. Like, I wasn't sure who was going to win, but I didn't expect it to be so down to the wire. I don't know how I'm going to sleep after this, fam.
Wow.
Oh, this is last match. How am I going to sleep after this?
That's big. That puts Team USA in position for this group. USA, France. Oh my God. USA, France, Jordan, and Peru in this group.
Jesus.
Team USA with W's over Team Peru and Team France. They're going to play Team
Yeah.
Jordan tomorrow. That's crazy. What a turn of events here.
Yeah, USA just sitting pretty up here now. Well, while we have that going on, we're going to go straight to the team interviews. We need to hear from the player, the legendary player himself, Mr. Joseph Crush. On to you, Stacey Steve, in a bit. All right, never mind. Joe Crush, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame for that one. Oh, soups.
I can't wait to hear what the analysts have to say after that, man.
I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say, fam. The players, the analysts, Stacey Steve, the Arabic commentator. He's fun to listen to, even if I have no idea what he's saying.
I cannot stress that. What a set.
I don't know. I'm gonna sleep tonight, Chief. I'm gonna have to find a way, though. That's
His
gonna
hands. That's crazy.
be. Oh my God, that was intense. Proper. You see, like the intensity in their eyes, fam. This was down to the wire. This was down to the wire. Goonie in the back is just like, oh no. All right then. We're gonna be switching to interviews soon, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna check in with Tasty Steve and see what he has to say with the players on stage.
All right.
But man, we hope you guys enjoyed that set. That was a hell of a set to close out on.
Hope to see you tomorrow. Not to take Steve.
Yo, crowd. Was that not some good ass Tekken? Make some noise for me one time, please. And you guys stayed here through the whole thing. That is crazy. First off, let me say congratulations on the victory. How were you feeling going into the Akuma match versus Super Akuma? Because that dude is a damn good Akuma.
Yeah, just want to say shout out all the Akumas I play at home. Geese Joestar, Big Bird. There's not too many out there, but the ones I do play with, I get my reps in all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Jack's a good matchup. I'm not super tuned to into the sidestepping or dashing forward. I just rely on my 2-jab. You know what I'm saying? So I keep it simple. I like to keep it simple. And I've always been ready for the Akuma matchup.
I'm trying to keep it going.
فعلا حقق الانتصار الفريق الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية. كان السؤال نبغى نعرف كيف كانت المباراة ضد شخصية أكوما. كانت الإجابة أن أول شيء يقول شكرا لكل اللي لعب ضدهم في هذه الشخصية. قدر أنه يزيد الثقة ويتدرب بشكل مرة ممتاز ويشوف برضه اختيار جاك جدا ممتاز ضد هذه الشخصية. فقدر أنه يتفوق في هذه المباراة. فألف مبروك الفريق الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية تحقيقهم النصر في هذه المباراة وضمانهم حتى برضه التأهل الحين.
All right, we only got time for one more question, but this is more strategic. Was this the plan the entire time? Were you guys like, look, we know they're going to anchor Super Akuma. You are the person that's going to fight him. Was this the plan the entire time?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. I mean, unless they wanted to do a real big surprise with Jod. But, me and Anakin, I think we were both, going back and forth who should play Jod. And I told him, I think I feel more comfortable against Super Akuma. Jod, he seems really good. Hitbox Xena coming out of nowhere. Just a question mark for me, so I felt safer going with the Super Akuma. He went up against Jod, and I'm glad I clutched up, you know what I'm saying? It was a strategy the whole time.
Guys, the original Joe Crush, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez.
السؤال كان هل كانت هذه الخطة من البداية من الفريق أنهم يختارون الشخصيات ويختارون اللعيبة ضد شخصية أكوما لكن هو فعليا كانوا يقولون كان فعلا هذه الخطة وكانت فعلا واضحة حتى برضو للجمهور وقدروا يتفوقون فيها ما كانوا حتى برضو مترددين من فريق فرنسا أنهم يكونترونهم أو أنهم يلعبون بشخصيات مختلفة لكن قدروا أنهم يحققون النصر وقالوا لنا أوكي كان هو برضو محتار أن هل هو بيلعب شخصية ثانية ولا لا لكن مع ذلك كان واثق بشخصية جاك فعلا لعب وقدر يتفوق في المباراة.
With that being said, man, I keep doing it. I apologize. We're gonna send it to the studio.
الحين أعزائنا المشاهدين نتكلم في تفاصيل باقي المباراة. ألف مبروك لفريق الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية تحقيق النصر. نتكلم تفاصيلها عند الاستوديو التحليلي.
Well, with that being said, USA takes it over France there in an amazing boss match. Joe Crush taking it over Super Akuma in an upset. I guess you could consider an upset, right? What a boss match we had there, guys.
Crazy.
What do we think about it?
That was the plan all along, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan, dude. I mean, the wild part about it, obviously, before we went to break, I was talking about how I believe in Joe Crush to do it. He plays the highest level. He's beating Chickman, etc. So I knew he was capable of it, right? But the way that match played out was crazy. It looked like Super Akuma had adapted after the first game. Joe Crush had to fight his way back into it. And by the end of it, you just saw the momentum building. That's what Joe does to people.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of the day. We're talking about USA, potentially 3 Jack players. These 3 Jack players do not play the same at all.
Exactly.
And Joe Crush, out of all of them, is the brawly Jack. He wants to scrap with you up close. He's willing to press the buttons. He's willing to believe in these reads with the forward 2s, the down forward 2s. That jungle outpost game, he just went up in Super Akuma's face while standing 1, and it's just like
that was crazy.
He's willing to put it all on the line on that belief, and you know, it looked like it made Super Akuma very uncomfortable.
100%. I mean, it looks like, as we see some of the replays, that Joe Crush really does want to enforce that scrambly playstyle upon you, right? Once he starts to do it, once he starts throwing out these crazy moves, it kind of makes the opponent a little bit more, a little bit scared to approach, right? And then you do end up just getting a little bit annoyed and end up brawling, and that's exactly what Joe Crush wanted. Super Akuma then in the end, it looked like backing off a little bit, changing his approach because he was afraid of what was happening. There's so much pressure just on this set here, because now in this situation, USA is very set to be making it into the upper bracket for the for the top 8. You know, now their only obstacle is really Jordan, and you know, you would say that they are the weaker side of this group as well. So there was so much hanging on that first 3, and the question on everybody's mind was, is Joe Crush going to rise to the occasion? And he absolutely did that.
Yeah, I think the thing that's really interesting about this specific pick was Joe Crush's interview where he said that he wasn't sure about Jod. It was a question mark to him, right? So they basically looked at the points of the boss match as 2 points to 1. He's like, I don't know. I could maybe lose that 1 point, but let's risk the 2 points. You know, like that was the thought process, because I think I can win that one. So whatever, you think you win, just go get it.
And I think with this on screen right now was game 4, and it looked like he had no business winning this game and bringing it to a game 5. But he's just started playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
That low parry that was clutch. And of course, Super Akuma had a big drop there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before that was like down forward 3 fireball, FADC, and he flubbed it.
And why did Super Akuma pick a wall stage here? That was my big question. Every game that Joe Crush had a chance, he picked a wall stage. So why not take him away from the wall stage?
Exactly. There was not much strategy, I feel like, going in there. You know, a timeout would have been a good decision. And just think about the situation, right? Like, we haven't really been seeing that with some of these teams. When the pressure's on, you just default to what you're used to. But going to a Infinite would have been good there. But either way, Joe Crush did take in. He's going to be our India MVP here for today in this USA versus France matchup. No surprises there at all. What a lad. Joe Crush taking over Super Akuma and giving his team the best chance to make it into the winner's side there. And a big shout out as well to Joey and Anakin for, you know, these are the veteran players, but they let the newbie, they let the new guy say, do you know what, we'll give you the opportunity in the boss match. We're going to put our faith on you to take us home.
Exactly. And you know, Joe Crush is one of these players who has been grinding online since the pandemic. You know, there weren't as many offline events, but he's just been leveling up year over year. And now he's gotten to this point where he's seeing him take out the top level competition, the biggest prize pool in Tekken history. And as you mentioned, his veterans, Joey Fury and Anakin, are like, we trust you to do this. Go get it done. And it's amazing. Yeah. That's real teamwork right there.
And I think it's really interesting for him because I believe he was just coming off of a disappointing performance in his home state of Texas. I believe he got like 7th. Yeah, he got like 7th at, what was it, the big house in Texas, I believe it is? The Big Baddie?
Yes, something like that.
Something like that. And he got like 7th place when he's supposed to be one of the strongest players in the country. So a little bit disappointed.
CEO as well.
Yeah, I'm glad he managed to shake it off and come in and he's like, okay, I'm on this team. These guys believe in me. I have to match their expectations. And he has, twice now, he has done so beautifully.
Yeah, he had a tweet he put out where he's like, man, it's been rough for me the last couple of tournaments, you know, but I'm going to put in my work. I'm going to get this done. You know, let's get it done in Saudi, basically.
I mean, all the frustration was put into this match, and it was an important one as well. Well, ladies and lads, let's have a look at the overall standings of all the groups right now and see where we are and where all the teams are as well moving into day number 2. We have Group A here coming up, and USA, there they are, man, sitting with 2 set wins, and their remaining match is going to be Jordan, who haven't been able to get a win yet. So you got to be thinking, ladies and lads, that USA are in prime position to be making it into the winner's side there. Of course, France and Peru. It now becomes a battle between those two, potentially, unless Jordan can do something and, you know, potentially cause an upset. But I think that it really does now come down to the Peru and France matchup.
If looking at these standings, if Jordan manages to beat USA, even though France lost that set, you look at the matches won and the games won differential, it's actually very close with USA. Right. So if Jordan manages to pull it off, the upset, and France manages to beat Peru, they're through the weird numbers might happen, and France still might be able to make it out into upper bracket.
Yeah, it's a small chance, but it's definitely there, and we've seen crazier things happen, right?
And that's why even in loss, it's important to keep the match as close as possible.
And of course, the 2 teams are going to be making it to the top 8, right? The other 2 teams, they go off to the other bracket, basically, right? So that's super important. Exactly.
100%. Well, let's have a look at Group B right now. Philippines and Korea. And we saw the Philippines play against Korea today. Korea did take it in the end with the boss match of AK and Ni. But Bolivia getting the win against Germany.
No way.
Yes, and nobody would have thought that. Germany now sitting at the bottom of Group B. And a lot of people's picks moving into this was that Germany was actually going to potentially win this set. It's still possible to make it out, but Bolivia causing probably the biggest upset of today.
That is amazing. You know, Bolivia, led by Noel, I gotta believe.
Yes.
You know, just putting in the work and taking out Germany. And Germany was such a strong team on paper.
Yes, definitely. But you know, when it comes to these, the question that we had at the start of the broadcast was, you know, is the team format going to be something that people can get used to? You know,
Bolivia versus Philippines tomorrow is going to be so important.
That's exactly what I was wondering about, because obviously Philippines had a great day today, you know, but Dojin needs to step up. He's slacking a little bit for his teammates right here, right now.
Yeah, and we're looking at Group C right now, and I'm guessing the majority of those matches will be happening tomorrow. But we did have a couple of matches. We had Saudi Arabia going up against South Africa, and we had Pakistan versus South Africa as well. South Africa unfortunately losing both of those ones, but Saudi and Pakistan are in a good position right now. I feel like they can go home today and feel a little bit comfortable, right?
Yeah, but tomorrow we kick off with Saudi versus Japan, right? So Saudi, you're comfortable right now, but you know what you got in front of you tomorrow morning.
And we'll talk about that one when we get there. But Saudi and Japan have got a lot of back and forth, because they have a really good relationship, and they have these exchanges where Saudi Arabia goes to Japan, Japan comes to Saudi Arabia, and they've played a lot of Tekken together. So that'll be a very interesting one to watch. We have Ivory Coast and the UK here as well at the top of Group D. Australia, unfortunately, losing to the Ivory Coast, and Thailand yet to play.
Wow.
But, you know, still, I mean, Thailand is a big question for me as well. I feel like these guys can do extremely well. Book is on form right now. But yeah, I think the UK and Ivory Coast were set to play each other as well. They might be playing each other right now, actually, on the other
I think it was UK Ivory Coast.
Yeah, UK Ivory Coast will be is the match happening, I believe, right now on the B stream. If you guys want to go over and head there and watch that one. But yeah, these standings are shaping up to be really interesting, man.
It's wild too, because Thailand is the only team that hasn't played a single team to date, right?
No, Japan.
Japan as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of them get tomorrow to play all of their matches at once. It's one of those things
where... It could be a blessing or a curse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're either on or you're off, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. So, man, if you had told me at the beginning of the day that USA would be the one that had 2 set wins going out of their group, I'd be like, man, that's crazy, but I can't wait to wake up. It's like, it feels good to not be disappointed.
Wow, no faith over here, man. Stars and stripes in these eyes. Don't you forget it.
Hey, Ivory Coast didn't let me down.
What?
Yeah, I mean, he said that Ivory Coast was going to be a potential to make it
I've been rooting for him too.
I guess, look,
not the same group.
I guess we will find out tomorrow what's going to happen with these groups, ladies and lads. Rip, Bloodhawk, anything else you want to say before we close out day number 1?
Nah, man, day one's been great, right? I mean, we had amazing action from top to bottom here. Federer at the top of the day, I think, still my favorite match. Like, what a crazy comeback he had there, right? So it's been fun the whole way through. You know, I think the Korea-Philippines set was one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
And ending on that note with USA versus France, can't really end the day much better than that.
Yeah, I think all 5 matches today have been excellent on this stream. I think the energy in the crowd, the energy from the players, from you guys on the desk, it's been great today.
It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Bloodhawk, Rip, and everyone else as well. But day number 1 has concluded. We will be back tomorrow with some more Gamers 8 Tekken 7 Nations Cup action. We'll see you then.